Hi, library friends. This is Miss Cindy from the Crown Point Community Library, and today I am bringing the library into your home with a special story time. So today we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun, and if I look a little bit different, that's because I have this huge bright light shining right at me, so it's kind of reflecting in my glasses and getting a little bit weird. But I did that because I want you to be able to see my shadow. So see my shadow here on the wall behind me? We're going to be doing a story time today all about shadows. So we're going to start with our hello song. So I don't know if you remember how we get started, but if you've joined me in the past, we're going to start. We do a clapping rhyme where we clap our hands. We're going to clap and we're going to say bread and butter, marmalade and jam, and then we're going to say hello, and I'm going to tell you a different way to say hello. Okay, so let's try it. And let's see if I can see my hands clap. Maybe you can watch my shadow hands clap too. All right, ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nice as we can. Hello, everybody. See my shadows waving hello too. All right, let's do it again. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as you can. I could almost barely hear you. You were so quiet. That was super. All right, let's do it again. This time, we're going to do it as loud as we can. All right? Are you ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as you can. Hello! Did you scream really loud? Hope you didn't scare anybody. Well, hello to you. I'm glad you've joined me. I have something just really super special that I'm excited to share with you, and I have a special bag that's going to be going out today also. So hopefully you stop by the library and pick that up, and I'm going to tell you about it in a little while. But first, how about if we start with a story? So the story that we're going to read today is a story called I See a Shadow, which is a perfect story for a shadow story time, right? This book is called I See a Shadow. It is by Lauren Breen, and it is published by Fuel and Friends in New York. I See a Shadow. Shadows are kind of fun, right? Everything has a shadow, especially when the sun is bright. Sometimes you can see a shadow even when it is night. A tree's shadow can be long and tall. A cat's furry tail and pointy ears make its shadow unique. You see how his shadow? It'd be hard to know what that was if you didn't know it was a cat, right? Depending on the time of day and where the sun is in the sky, shadows will change shape, place, and size. That's a funny one. You see the three friends standing together? Makes their shadow look like some type of alien or octopus creature. A small person's shadow will sometimes look tall. And a tall person's shadow will sometimes look small. Shadows can surprise us. Her shadow makes her look like she has Mickey Mouse ears. And sometimes look funny. That lady looks like she has 4 legs. The dog shadow, or the sheep shadow, looks like the cloud shadow. Best of all are the ones you make when it's bright and sunny. A shadow can be as big as a building, or as small as a mouse. See how many shadows you can find around your house. That boy made his hand into a shadow that looks like kind of like a monster or a dinosaur. Can you do that with your hands? You hold it sideways, and then it makes like a mouth that opens and closes. Like the raccoon shadows, shadows of the stuffed animals, lots of shadows. So Does I see a shadow? Right now we're getting close to Groundhog's Day, and I don't know if you know anything about Groundhog's Day, but Groundhog's Day is celebrated on February 2nd, and it's a day when everybody waits to see Groundhog comes out of his little den or out of his house, and they put him out in the sunshine, well hopefully it's sunshine, to see if he will make a shadow, see if he has a shadow. And it's said that if he sees his shadow, he gets scared because he sees his shadow, he doesn't know what it is. And maybe that's happened to you before. Have you ever seen a shadow and it startled you or scared you? Well, if Groundhog sees his shadow, he gets scared, and so he runs back inside because he's afraid. And that means that we're going to have more winter. But if he doesn't see a shadow, then he's not scared. So that means winter is going to end and spring is going to come sooner. So on February 2nd, you can watch, his name is Puxatawny Phil, and you can talk to your parents about finding out where you can watch him to see if he sees his shadow. But so today we're going to be talking all about shadows and kind of making some of our own. Okay, so I mentioned, I hope that you stopped by the library to pick up your bag. If you picked up your bag, it is going to look like this. And it has our shadow puppets on it. And when you get your bag home, what you will find inside, you will find 3 craft sticks, and you will find some animal shapes. So what you're going to do is you can use either tape or you can use glue. You can see I use tape to hook your animals to the craft stick. Now notice when I put him in the light, we can see his shadow. See his shadow on the wall? Okay, and then, so I made, let's see, what do I have? I have a dog, I have an elephant, and a turtle. In your bag, you'll have a couple more. I have a person and a horse, and you can even put one of those on the bottom of the stick, like this, and then you could just turn it either way, depending on which one you want to use. So you can tape one to the bottom and one to the top and just kind of turn it. And then you can think of a story that you could tell that could have your animals. So you could think of a different story that has a turtle and an elephant and a dog. And you can make one up, or maybe you know one already. So you can make those, and then, this is really kind of fun, inside your bag is a flashlight. It's just a little tiny flashlight, and when you turn it on, look at that, it glows. So when I shine it on my animal, that will help, just like the spotlight that I have in front of me so that you can see my shadow. When I shine it on the dog, you'll be able to see his shadow. So you can walk around and find shadows. This kind of will act like the sun, because the way shadows work is when the sun hits an object, then the shadow, the reflection of it, is what's formed behind. So that's why we see shadows. So it has to do with, you have to have either light or you have to have the sun shining in order to be able to create a shadow. So you can try that at home, and you can use this and you can practice finding shadows all around. Now it's a little flashlight, so it's going to make little shadows. The best way to see your shadow is if you have a nice sunny day and go outside and then look around on the ground for your shadow. And maybe you could even have somebody trace your shadow. So you can do some type of silly stand, just like in the book. Maybe you can stand a certain way or hold something, and then have somebody take chalk if you're doing it on your sidewalk or on your driveway, and they can trace your shadow, and then you can see what your shadow looks like. So that could be a lot of fun. All right, I have a little rhyme that we're gonna do. It's called I See a Shadow. Remember, you can see my shadow. Notice when I turn, can you see my glasses on my shadow? Hey. I see a shadow moving very slow. I see a shadow dropping way down low. I see a shadow reaching way up high. I see a shadow flapping arms to the skies. My shadow's flying. You see it? I see a shadow counting 1, 2, 3. I see a shadow waving back at me. Bye. Bye, shadow. You can also do different things. You can make different images with your fingers to make different shadows. So think about what kinds of things. We already talked about the dinosaur, or the mouth that your fingers can make, what if we hook two of our hands together and then, look, it looks like a bird flying in the sky. So there's lots of different things that you can do. So play around with your flashlight, play around with the light, find some shadows, and see what kind of pictures you can make. All right, let's do our goodbye song. We're gonna do the goodbye the same way that we did the hello. Do you remember what we did? We clapped our hands. So let's watch my shadow's gonna do it. We're gonna do bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as slow as we can. Goodbye. Or how about if we do it fast? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as fast as we can. Goodbye. Did you do it? All right, now we're just gonna do it really nice. And we're gonna wave at the end and say goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as nice as we can. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Check out our website at crownpointlibrary.org, and you can find more videos and more resources. And don't forget to stop by the library and pick up your story time to go. Take care and have a great day.